Raise your hand. Pit bulls, dog, vicious, growling. Yeah. How can you guys be scared of something like this? That's his dog. That's Steven's dog, by the way. Her name is Danny. She's a sweetheart. So it's quite astounding to me that a dog that's everybody hates and fears so much. Every type of this dog, they're all classified as deadly. They'll attack you. They don't care who it is. They'll kill you, kill your dog. They're not savable, any of them. And then we have this beautiful dog right here. It wouldn't hurt a fly, just lick you to death. And also, when I was doing research on the pit bulls and the media and how they wrongfully stereotype the pit bull, I was curious, is this a normal thing for people to be scared of this? So I went to my mom and I asked her, "Hey mom, I'm thinking about getting a new dog, and it's probably gonna be a pit bull. What do you think about that?" She's like, "Oh, that's cool, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with it around the house." I was like, "Why is that, Mom?" She's like, "Oh, I've heard they're kind of mean and they bite people and whatnot." I was like, "How do you hear that?" And she's like, "Oh, I've seen it on the news a couple times." I was like, "Typical," but it's just. And she's one of those people that rarely watches the news. She watches it when Bin Laden was killed or 9/11 and stuff. Someone who doesn't really watch the media, that doesn't pay attention, still knows about the bad rep they have. The media is responsible for turning this family dog breed into a feared, untrainable wild animal which attacks people and other dogs. Pit bulls have been wrongfully stereotyped by the media, which has led to various bans of the breed. You can't label certain breeds of dogs just because the media and bad owners have negatively publicized a type of dog to be labeled as a vicious creature. The pit bull is not an actual breed. It is a combination of 4 or 5 different breeds of dogs. So there's a lot of confusion when it comes to what a pit bull actually is. So, pit bull is not actually a breed. It is not identified by the American Kennel Club as a breed. The types that consist of a pit bull is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, American Staffordshire Terrier, and an American Bulldog. Any combination between crossbreeding automatically makes this dog labeled a pit bull. Even though all these dogs share similar physical traits, they are all genetically different. So classifying these dogs all as a single pit bull is not logical. Because it is also hard to distinguish what a pit bull is, people usually inaccurately display a pit bull. Yeah. When it comes the government has implemented legislation to discriminate against the breed. This legislation has passed throughout U.S. cities and countries like the UK. A study done in documentation by the Beyond the Myth about pit bulls says that while passing this ban against the breed pit bull in the UK, there's been no decrease in number of dog attacks against the human population. So this legislation has not really been very effective in stopping this fierce animal, even though they say it's so deadly. In cities like Denver, council members have passed laws to ban the breed. So police officers go around checking backyards, making sure that taking away the dogs if they are a pit bull. But 25% of a study done by SaveThePitbull.org has done a study that says that 25% of the time, the police have been inaccurate in identifying pit bulls, usually getting it wrong. These police officers are not completely trained. It's just a law they kind of rushed into because of the fear due to the media. It all started in the 1990s when illegal dogfighting first surfaced. The pit bull, when the media first got wind of this and it started popping up in major stories throughout the U.S., they would only show pictures of the pit bull, forever damaging the spirit and reputation of this beautiful dog. If we can discriminate against something like this, who knows what breed is next?